In this video, we're exposing what's really hiding in the ingredient labels of 5 butter products sitting in millions of refrigerators right now. Products loaded with preservatives banned by major retailers, synthetic chemicals derived from petroleum, and in some cases, the very same trans fat source the FDA tried to eliminate years ago. One of these brands was taken to federal court, and a judge called their labeling, and this is a direct quote, ludicrous. And here's the good news. Stick around until the end because we'll reveal 4 genuinely clean butter alternatives backed by real ingredients and zero compromises. Let's crack open these labels and separate real butter from the chemical spreads. 5. Imperial Vegetable Oil Spread. Imperial markets itself as an affordable butter alternative, and for decades it has sat in the butter aisle right next to the real thing. But pick up the tub and actually read the label, and you'll find something that has almost nothing in common with butter. The first ingredients are a vegetable oil blend of soybean oil, palm oil, and palm kernel oil. 3 different inflammatory seed oils in a single product. Then comes water because you're also paying for water, followed by salt, whey, and a long list of additives including distilled monoglycerides, potassium sorbate, calcium disodium, EDTA, and artificial flavors. The monoglycerides are worth paying attention to. These are highly processed emulsifiers that can harbor trace amounts of trans fat not required to appear on the nutrition facts panel. A 2024 study published in the BMJ tracked tens of thousands of adults in the French Nutrinet Santé cohort and found that higher intakes of mono and diglycerides were associated with increased risks of cardiovascular and cerebrovascular disease. A separate 2024 study in PLOS Medicine involving over 92,000 adults linked these same emulsifiers to a 15% increase in overall cancer risk, 24% higher breast cancer risk, and a 46% elevated prostate cancer risk. Imperial also uses a dual preservative system of potassium sorbate, which Whole Foods Market classifies as unacceptable in food, and calcium disodium EDTA, a chelating agent that binds to metals and raises concerns about mineral depletion with chronic consumption. In blind taste testing conducted by Food Republic, Imperial was ranked dead last among 14 butter brands. Reviewers described it as completely flavorless, with a disturbingly plastic-like texture. One tester observed that Imperial sat on the counter without softening, maintaining its shape in a way that real butter never would. For a product that costs almost nothing, you're getting exactly what you pay for. Nothing resembling real butter and everything resembling a chemistry experiment. 4. Parquet has one of the most recognizable names in the margarine world, thanks to decades of advertising featuring a talking tub that kept saying the word butter. That campaign, called "The Flavor Says Butter," ran from 1973 onward and was deliberately designed to make consumers associate Parquet with real butter. It worked. Millions of Americans grew up genuinely confused about whether Parquet was butter or not. It never was. The Parquet tub contains soybean oil, water, palm kernel oil, and non-fat milk, followed by mono and diglycerides, the same emulsifiers linked to cardiovascular and cancer risk in those 2024 studies. Then comes a dual preservative system of potassium sorbate and sodium benzoate. Phosphoric acid, the same acid found in cola drinks that studies have linked to bone density loss and kidney problems, and both natural and artificial flavors. But here's where Parquet gets truly concerning. Pick up the stick version, the one people use for baking, and look at the ingredient list. Right there, listed plainly, you'll find partially hydrogenated soybean oil. That is a direct source of artificial trans fat. The FDA issued a final determination in 2015 that partially hydrogenated oils are not generally recognized as safe for human consumption, and the compliance deadline passed in 2018. Before the ban, artificial trans fats were estimated to cause up to 50,000 deaths per year in the United States. So how is Parquet still selling sticks with partially hydrogenated oil? A labeling loophole. The FDA allows any product with less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving to declare 0 grams trans fat on the label. By keeping serving sizes small enough, the math works out on paper. while consumers unknowingly accumulate exposure with every use. A Harvard analysis found that 84% of U.S. products containing partially hydrogenated oils were labeled as having 0 grams of trans fat. Parquet sticks are living proof that the ban didn't eliminate the problem. It just taught manufacturers how to hide it. Consumer reviews of the liquid squeeze version are equally damning. Multiple reviewers describe it as almost like water when poured, and note that it absorbs into bread before you can even taste it. You're essentially buying flavored oil in a squeeze bottle and calling it butter. And Parquet is owned by Conagra, the same corporation behind our #1 worst product on this list. Keep that name in mind. 3. Smart Balance. Smart Balance is perhaps the most frustrating product on this list because its entire brand identity is built on the idea that it's the healthy choice. The name literally says smart. The packaging implies balance. And for years, millions of health-conscious consumers, many of them older adults actively trying to protect their hearts, chose Smart Balance specifically because they believed it was better for them. Registered dietitian Molly Snyder put it bluntly when she said, "Although the name implies that this is a smart choice for a balanced diet, it is not. Smart Balance is made of a blend of vegetable oils, salt, and added flavors and colors. This is not a healthy alternative to butter." The original version starts with a vegetable oil blend of palm oil and canola oil, followed by water, then olive oil in amounts of less than 2%, pea protein isolate, monoglycerides, artificial flavors, potassium sorbate, lactic acid, and calcium disodium EDTA. But the light version with flaxseed oil takes things to another level. Buried in that ingredient list is TBHQ, which stands for tertiary butyl hydroquinone. TBHQ is a synthetic preservative derived from butane, the same chemical compound used in lighter fluid. The Center for Science in the Public Interest has urged the FDA to ban TBHQ. Animal studies have linked high doses to tumor development, and the National Library of Medicine notes that significant exposure can cause nausea, vomiting, ringing in the ears, delirium, and collapse. TBHQ is restricted in Japan and banned for certain applications in some European countries. But the health claims are where Smart Balance really crossed a line. In 2012, a class action lawsuit filed in the Southern District of California alleged that Smart Balance made misleading heart health claims based on plant sterol content. The product's packaging promoted that it supports healthy cholesterol levels, but the actual sterol content was only 100 milligrams per serving. Clinical studies require a minimum of 800 milligrams daily to meaningfully lower LDL cholesterol. A consumer would need to eat an entire container every single day and still fall short of the therapeutic dose. On top of the misleading claims, Smart Balance has changed its formula multiple times, angering loyal customers each time. When a brand built on trust keeps changing what's inside while keeping the same health-focused packaging on the outside, that tells you everything about their priorities. 2. I can't believe it's not butter. I can't believe it's not butter is one of the most recognized names in the entire spread category. The brand name itself is a masterclass in consumer misdirection. It exists for one reason, to make your brain associate this product with butter. But it is not butter. The tub version contains purified water, soybean oil, palm kernel and palm oil, salt, vinegar, natural flavors, and beta-carotene for color. According to the USDA, 94% of soybeans grown in the United States are genetically modified, and the vast majority of commercial soybean oil is extracted using hexane, an industrial solvent derived from petroleum. The spray version also contains polysorbate 60, a synthetic emulsifier that animal studies have linked to gut inflammation and disruption of the intestinal barrier. But the real scandal involves the spray version, and it's one of the most jaw-dropping labeling deceptions in the entire food industry. An entire 12-ounce bottle of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter spray contains 1,160 calories and 124 grams of fat. Yet the nutrition facts label claims 0 calories and 0 grams of fat per serving. How? Because the manufacturer set the serving size at just 0.25 grams, roughly 5 sprays. At that serving size, the calories and fat round down to 0 under FDA rules. This deception was so egregious that it ended up in federal court. In Pardini and Wood versus Unilever, a class action alleged that the spray's label misrepresented its fat and calorie content. The case went to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. In a dissenting opinion, Judge Lucero wrote what may be the most damning line in food labeling legal history. He said, "The proposition that a bottle of flavored oil containing 1,160 calories and 124 grams of fat can be transformed into 0 calories and 0 grams of fat by the simple act of replacing the bottle cap with a pump device is ludicrous." The case was ultimately dismissed in a 2-to-1 decision in 2023, meaning the labeling practice continues to this day. Millions of Americans spray this product on their food every morning, believing it's virtually calorie-free. It is not. And here's a detail that makes the entire situation even more troubling. The company that makes "I can't believe it's not butter" is Upfield. Upfield also owns Country Crock and Imperial, our number 5 entry on this list. One corporation manufactures 3 of the largest butter alternative brands in America, all built on soybean oil, palm oil, and the deliberate blurring of what butter actually means. 1. Blue Bonnet. Taking the number 1 spot as the absolute worst butter product you can buy, Blue Bonnet combines every single problem on this list into one cheap, chemically loaded package. The tub version starts with water as the first ingredient, meaning you are literally paying for water. Then comes soybean oil, followed by maltodextrin, a highly processed starch filler with a glycemic index between 85 and 105. For reference, table sugar has a glycemic index of 65. So the filler in Blue Bonnet spikes your blood sugar faster than sugar itself. After maltodextrin comes palm oil, salt, and palm kernel oil. Then the preservatives, and this is where Blue Bonnet truly separates itself as the worst of the worst. Blue Bonnet contains a triple preservative cocktail of potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, and calcium disodium EDTA. No other major butter or spread brand uses all 3 simultaneously, but the combination of sodium benzoate and citric acid, both present in the tub formula, raises an even more alarming concern. The Environmental Working Group specifically flags this combination because sodium benzoate can react with citric acid to form benzene, a known human carcinogen classified as Group 1 by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Now pick up the Blue Bonnet sticks, the ones people use for baking, and it gets worse. The stick formula contains partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Just like Parquet, Blue Bonnet sticks still contain the very trans fat source the FDA determined was not safe for human consumption. The sticks also contain mono and diglycerides, those same emulsifiers linked in 2024 studies to cardiovascular disease and cancer risk. These emulsifiers can harbor hidden trans fats completely exempt from labeling requirements, meaning the actual trans fat content may be higher than what the label shows. Registered dietitians from MASH specifically called out Blue Bonnet as having more questionable ingredients than most margarines. During blind taste testing, Blue Bonnet sticks maintained their sharp-edged rectangular shape on a countertop for hours without softening. Real butter begins softening within minutes at room temperature. The fact that Blue Bonnet holds its shape like a block of plastic tells you everything about how far removed this product is from anything natural. A person using Blue Bonnet daily is consuming a triple preservative cocktail, including 2 ingredients that can combine to form a known carcinogen, trace trans fats from partially hydrogenated oils that don't appear on the label, a blood sugar spiking filler with a higher glycemic index than sugar, and multiple inflammatory seed oils extracted with an industrial petroleum solvent. The cheapest spread on the shelf is also the most chemically compromised food product in your refrigerator. And remember, this product is made by ConAgra, the same corporation that owns Parquet, our number 4 entry. 2 of the 5 worst products on this list come from the same parent company. That is not a coincidence. Now for the good news. After everything we just covered, you might be wondering if any butter product on the shelf is actually worth buying. The answer is yes, and you don't need to spend a fortune or visit a specialty store to find them. These 4 products prove that butter can be simple, clean, and genuinely nutritious. Every one of them contains real ingredients you can actually pronounce, and not a single synthetic preservative in sight. 4. Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. Starting our safe list, Kerrygold is produced in Ireland by a cooperative of over 14,000 family farms and has become the gold standard for accessible grass-fed butter. The ingredient list for the salted version is 2 items: pasteurized cream and salt, no preservatives, no emulsifiers, no artificial colors, no seed oils, just cream and salt. Irish cows graze on fresh pasture for roughly 10 months of the year, making Kerrygold approximately 90% grass-fed. This grass-fed diet gives Kerrygold its signature deep, golden yellow color, which comes directly from beta-carotene in fresh grass, an antioxidant that supports eye health, immune function, and skin health. If your butter is pale white, the cows that produced it never saw a pasture. A 1999 study in the Journal of Dairy Science found that cows grazing on pasture produced milk fat with 500% more conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, compared to grain-fed cows. A 2010 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, following over 1,800 heart attack patients, found that those with the highest CLA levels were 49% less likely to have a heart attack. Grass-fed butter also contains roughly 2 to 3 times more vitamin K2 than conventional butter. The Rotterdam study found that dietary vitamin K2 was associated with reduced coronary heart disease risk. K2 directs calcium into bones and teeth while preventing it from accumulating in arteries, a critical concern for anyone over 40. At Costco, you can get 3 sticks for approximately $6.50. That's only about $1 or $2 more than the chemical spreads we just exposed. In blind taste tests by Taste of Home, Chowhound, and Tasting Table, Kerrygold has been ranked #1 among grocery store butters consistently. It's the simplest upgrade you can make today. 3. Organic Valley Cultured Pasture. Butter Organic Valley is a farmer-owned cooperative of over 2,000 organic family farms, not a multinational corporation. Profits go directly back to farming families across the United States. Their cultured pasture butter contains exactly 3 ingredients: pasteurized organic sweet cream, salt, and microbial cultures. The cultures give it a slightly tangy, complex flavor profile that European butter lovers will recognize immediately. What sets Organic Valley apart is the certification. This is the only butter on our list with full USDA certified organic status, verified by Oregon Tilth, one of the most rigorous organic certifiers in the country. That certification guarantees 0 pesticides, 0 synthetic hormones, 0 antibiotics, and 0 GMOs anywhere in the supply chain. This matters more for butter than you might realize. Toxins are fat-soluble, meaning they accumulate in animal fat tissue. Switching to organic butter eliminates pesticide residues, antibiotic residues, and synthetic hormones from the most concentrated fat source in your refrigerator. The cultured pasture butter is churned only from May through September during peak pasture season, when milk is naturally highest in omega-3s, CLA, and beta-carotene. The butterfat content comes in at 84%, higher than both the US standard and Kerrygold, and it earned a silver medal at the Los Angeles International Dairy Competition. At around $5 to $7 per 8-ounce block, it's a premium price, but you're buying the cleanest, most thoroughly certified butter available in America, and your money supports real family farms instead of Conagra or Upfield. The cows are approximately 80% grass-fed, and the cooperative prohibits the use of Erie RBST growth hormones across all member farms. If organic certification matters to you, and for butter it arguably matters more than for any other food product, Organic Valley is the clear winner. 2. Ancient Organics Ghee. Ancient Organics represents a completely different approach to butter, and it might be the single best cooking fat available. Ghee is clarified butter with the milk solids, meaning the lactose and casein, completely removed through slow simmering. The result is pure butter fat. Ancient Organics lists exactly 1 ingredient: organic butter made from organic sweet cream. 1 ingredient. Compare that to Bluebonnet's chemical cocktail. The butter is sourced from Strauss Family Creamery in Northern California, where cows are pasture-raised and grass-fed for approximately 300 days per year. Ghee has a smoke point of 485 degrees Fahrenheit, compared to regular butter's 302 to 350 degrees. When you will cook with regular butter at high heat, the milk solids burn and can produce harmful compounds. Ghee eliminates that problem entirely, making it safe for searing, roasting, and any high-heat cooking. The nutritional profile is where ghee truly stands out. Ghee contains 6 to 8% butyric acid compared to regular butter's 2 to 4%. Butyrate is the preferred fuel source for the cells lining your colon. Studies show it reduces gut inflammation and supports healing of intestinal permeability. Ghee also contains over 25% medium and short-chain fatty acids, which are metabolized quickly for energy rather than being stored as body fat. And because the lactose and casein have been removed, ghee is safe for the majority of people with dairy sensitivities. Ancient Organics is USDA certified organic and kosher. The price is premium at roughly $18 to $25 for 16 ounces. If that's beyond your budget, Fourth and Heart ghee is a solid alternative at around $16 for 9 ounces. Sourced from grass-fed cows in New Zealand and Australia. It's not certified organic, but it's an accessible entry point for anyone curious about ghee. 1. Vital Farms pasture-raised butter. Taking the top spot, Vital Farms pasture-raised butter represents the pinnacle of what butter should be. Founded in Austin, Texas in 2007, Vital Farms works with a network of small American family farms, primarily across the southern United States. The ingredient list for the salted version is 2 items, pasteurized cream and salt. For the unsalted, it's 1 item, pasteurized cream. In April 2024, Vital Farms officially updated their standard to 90% grass-fed, sourcing from a dairy supplier committed to maximizing pasture time. The cows are predominantly Jersey and Guernsey breeds, heritage breeds known for producing richer, higher-fat milk with superior flavor and nutritional density. They have outdoor pasture access for approximately 200 days per year. Here's what sets Vital Farms apart from every other butter on the market. Butterfat content. The unsalted version comes in at 85% butterfat and the salted at 83%. For comparison, the US standard minimum is 80%, Kerrygold is 82%, and most conventional American butters barely clear the threshold. At 85%, Vital Farms is the richest, most concentrated butter you can find from a major brand in the United States. That higher butterfat means more flavor per tablespoon, better performance in baking, and a denser concentration of fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, E, and K2. Vital Farms is also a certified B Corporation, meaning their business practices have been independently verified against rigorous social and environmental standards. At $5.49 to $6 per 8-ounce block, it's premium priced but competitive with other grass-fed options. The chemical spreads we exposed earlier cost maybe $1 or $2 less. For the cost difference of roughly 1 cup of gas station coffee per week, you could replace a product containing triple preservative cocktails, hidden trans fats, and benzene-forming ingredient combinations with a 2-ingredient, 85% butterfat, grass-fed, pasture-raised butter made on American family farms. That's the trade, and it's not even close. There you have it, 5 butter products loaded with synthetic preservatives, hidden trans fats, and industrial chemicals, plus 4 that actually honor what butter is supposed to be. For decades, the food industry told us real butter was the enemy, and that margarine was the heart-healthy solution. The science has completely reversed. A 2014 meta-analysis of 72 studies involving over 650,000 people found no significant evidence that reducing saturated fat consumption lowers cardiovascular risk. A 2016 Tufts University analysis found butter is not linked to heart disease and may actually be slightly protective against type 2 diabetes. Dr. Dariush Mozaffarian, the lead researcher from Tufts, said it plainly when he noted that vegetable oils, fruits, and nuts are healthier than butter, but low-fat turkey, a bagel, cornflakes, or soda is worse for you than butter. In other words, the products that replace butter in millions of American kitchens were actually worse for us than the butter we gave up. Meanwhile, here's where the market stands today. Butter consumption has hit a 40-year high at roughly 5.6 pounds per person. Margarine has collapsed from nearly 12 pounds per person at its peak in 1976 to just 3.5 pounds today. Consumers are waking up. The question is whether you'll be one of them. Before your next grocery run, remember this. Read the ingredient list, not the marketing. Look for short ingredient lists with real cream and salt, nothing more. Choose grass-fed whenever possible for higher CLA, vitamin K2, omega-3s, and beta-carotene. And if a product has more preservatives than ingredients you recognize, put it back on the shelf. If this changed how you think about the butter in your fridge, hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which product shocked you the most, and share this with someone you care about who needs to see these ingredient labels. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content exposing the hidden truths in everyday food products. Thanks for watching. Until next time, check the label.